Coach Anna here, and I want to talk about a topic today that I think many of you have either seen or your gymnast has gone through, or you've experienced this. And so I think it's important to discuss this because I don't think it gets talked about enough. That is why all of a sudden your gymnast becomes fearful. Maybe you've had this gymnast who was fearless. She was learning skills really quickly, doing such a good job, building strength, becoming a better gymnast, moving up the levels, and then all of a sudden she just sort of started to get really afraid. Maybe skills that she could normally do were fearful, maybe learning new skills are fearful for her. And this happens, see it a lot. Gymnasts who are about, ages 10 to 12 is kind of when I see it as a mental performance coach. And what happens is all of a sudden, gymnast brain sort of wakes up and goes, oh my gosh, what are we doing? This is hard. This is dangerous. This is scary. It's almost like her brain catches up to her body. So before that, especially if you have a gymnast who has moved really quickly through the levels or has learned skills really fast, what happens is, her body can do it, and all of a sudden her brain sort of catches up and goes, what just happened? What do we do? Whoa, that was too fast. So there is this fear that comes up, but even just in adolescence, it's like all of a sudden their brains wake up and they go, this is scary. This is really scary. What am I doing? How am I walking up on a beam and doing these flips and twists and trying to tumble over this vault? And it goes on and on. It happens to almost all gymnasts, but again, the quicker a gymnast moves up through levels and learns skills, the more likely this does happen to her. But I do see it a lot in 12-year-olds and even 13-year-olds who, are going through that adolescent phase. Their brains are changing and they are realizing how dangerous things are. Really, what you have to do is just support your gymnast during this time. Don't, be shocked by the fact that all of a sudden she's afraid, because it is a natural reaction that happens, and build up her confidence. This is the time when she is going through that phase when you want to help her work on her confidence. But don't freak out, right? She will get past it. She'll relearn skills that maybe she was afraid to do. She might even have a growth spurt during this time, which would make it even harder for her to do skills. So that's going to be combined with the fear. She will get through it. She'll relearn everything, and her mind and body will kind of catch up and get more in sync again. And so she will get past it. It's a time to just reassure her, everything's going to be okay. You're learning hard things. Your body's changing, and you'll get through this, and you'll, be back on top again. But let's work on your strengths. What are some things that you feel you are good at? Let's focus on those. Let's build up your confidence. Hopefully that helps, but I know a lot of moms come to me and they're like, what is going on with my gymnast? She was fearless and now she's so afraid. That's what's going on. So hopefully that helps. And if you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments or reach out to me, Anna@stickitgirl.com.